So good day everyone. So in this video I'm about to install operating system for the client. All you need to do is to bring your flash drive and then insert directly to your back panel of your system unit. Now this one is our system unit, and then we need to insert our flash drive directly to the system unit and then restart on its front panel directly, and after that is you need to spam delete at your keyboard. Spam delete at your keyboard. So now we are about to enter the BIOS setting. This also indicates what type of motherboard that we are about to or what is being utilized. So the motherboard is BIOS Star, so a cheap kind of a motherboard, but also a good for demo purposes. So now in this portion, all you need to do is to find your boot, and after that one you need to go to the hard drive BBS priorities, because if we go directly to boot option 1 and change it to our flash drive, the tendency is when we're about to process, then it will not proceed. It will go back directly to the setup of the operating system for the client. So we need to go to the hard drive BBS priorities and then change the boot option 1 to your flash drive, which contains a operating system. And then right after that one, in your keyboard you need to go with F10, enter, and then spam space at your keyboard, so that our installing of operating system via Yumi will proceed. Now this is our way of installing of our operating system via Yumi multi-boot system. Now we need to select the Windows installer. This type of installing of operating system now is we need to select the Windows 10. That is our version for the client. So indicator also that if you about to install an operating system and you want to install that as client, the background of the OS will be likely, or the tendency will be likely, like, yeah, just like that, is violet or the purple one, the background. The server is gray, the color. So this one is the setup for the language, time and currency format, also with the keyboard or the input method. So just proceed with the English, again, United States format. And next, and these are the different type of Windows 10 version for client setup or the user setup. There's home, home N, home single language, education, education N, pro and pro N. If we select the home, the tendency is that the client cannot join a domain. But if you select the pro, Windows 10 Pro, or what type of Windows version is that, as long as it is pro, you can likely to join the domain. So I'm about to select the Windows 10 Pro. Now, as you can see, these are the existing partition that is being made last time. So if this is your PC or your personal computer or laptop or whatever, all you need to do is to select a primary partition and then next directly. That's for there's existing also important files at your device. But in this time, or in this demo, is that this PC, I mean, does not contain important documents or file or picture or videos, then all we need to do is to delete everything. But again, if this is your PC and you just want to install directly the operating system, you just need to select which primary you will store your operating system. So now we're about to proceed is to perform partitioning of the devices or deleting also the partition. All you need to do is shift F10 to your keyboard and type a disk part and then enter. So now we're about to entering the disk partition, and you need to type is list space disk. Now these disks are the available or the present storage devices at your computer. The disk 0 indicates your permanent or the primary storage. The disk 1 indicates our flash drive, since it has a lower storage, which is 14 gigabyte, and also contains our operating system. After this one, you need to type select space disk space 0, because we need to select the disk 0 for partitioning, because we need to delete the existing partition. Again, if you don't want to delete because there's an important files at your storage, then you need to just select which primary partition you're about to store the operating system and continue. In continuation, again type select space disk 0, enter. Now after entering, the disk 0 is now selected. The next step is you need to type clean. In this format, you are about to clean the existing setup that is configured in this system unit or in this PC. Now in this portion, this part succeed in cleaning the disk, so we are succeed in this task. The next step is we need to exit at our disk part. Now we about to leave the disk part. The next step is we need to exit to the command prompt exit. So we're now exiting. Now as you may question, if we clean the device, this means that it should delete everything right after that prompt configuration. But as you can see, there's still existing a drive. All you need to do is to delete one only, and then okay, it will delete everything directly because you already clean those existing partition. Now this prompt says that we could not delete the selected partition, but once we okay in this but once we click the OK in this prompt, the tendency is that it will delete everything. Again, as you can see, it will delete everything. Now in this partitioning, we're about to go with 60-40% partitioning. Now how can we partition this storage device? All you need to do is to select the unallocated space. This means that this storage is already clean and not been partitioned yet. So we need to do is to select the unallocated space and new. Now this size shows that this can be modified or configured. Now when it comes to partitioning, this means that this MB we need to follow, not the GB, because it will be not as much as what do you call this one, not as much as concise when it comes to partitioning the disk. So all we'll need to do is to find the MB. If you mistakenly erase the size, you need to do is to click on the new icon, and it will redo or will go back to its original partition, size partition. Now if 114473, we multiply it by 60%. Now the 60% into decimal is 0.6% or 0.60%. The same goes with 40%, 0.4% or 0.40%. Now 114473, when it comes to multiplying it to 60%, the answer will be 68,684. And next step is to apply. Click the apply icon, and you need to okay this one, because this prompt is just to ensure if you will likely to proceed this process, and I would just have to click this okay, and you will just have to wait for the process of partitioning of the drives. Now the question is, which area or where we can locate this partitioning? The partitioning will likely to be seen at local C, local D, where if you about to find at the disk PC, the partitioning of the disk is the local C, local D. Now as you can see, there's one unallocated space. This indicates that this space has not been touched for partitioning of the drive. If we continue directly, if we proceed to next directly, the tendency is that the partition 2, which is the local C, will just be only one at the disk PC partition available. Now to let this as partition number 3, we need to just new and apply directly, because if we follow the 60-40 partition, this indicates that the partition number 3 is our 40% and the partition number 2 is our 60%. Then the next step is you need to format this, because as mentioned in this prompt, this partition may contain important files. That is why it is optional to delete or to format a partition. You just need to select directly and next, proceed to next. And I about to okay this one to format, because this PC is for demo purposes and practices. And select also the partition. The indicator also that you already partitioned that percentage is there's a type as primary. The primary indicates the partitioning as primary storage device. Now in this portion, we already done the formatting. All you need to do is to select which which partition you will about to store your operating system. But I'm about to select the higher storage, because as time goes by, our operating system also needs an update when it comes to security and whatsoever system that is needed to update. Now I'm about to select the 60% and proceed to next. In this portion, this will proceed as the status of installing our operating system. Again, as our mentioned last time, the better the specs, the better the performance. The lower the specs, the lower its performance. Now, in case in this portion, if you use a Yumi multi-boot, it will proceed again. In this portion, you only need to do is to remove your flash drive and then restart your system unit. It will just proceed directly to the installation status of your installing of operating system. It will just proceed, so you don't have to worry because the the file coming from our operating system already been installed as mentioned or as viewed in our status when it comes to Windows setup. Now, in this portion, you can see is the ending part of installing the operating system for our client. You all need to do is to select what region or what area whatsoever you have to select. I'll just need to proceed to the United States and I'll just click on the yes option. And this also indicate is this the right keyboard layout. I'll just follow the US standard because that's the common that been utilized in our society. You just have to skip or you have to add which layout you're about to utilize. You just have to skip, and then if you have internet, then you can proceed with the process of connected to the network. And if you don't, you just have to click or select the I don't have internet at the bottom left corner on your screen. Now in this portion, it's just like the Microsoft. I'll just have to continue with limited setup or just have to connect now. I'll just select the continue with limited setup, and a next step is we need to rename our PC when it comes to logging in on it. You just, for example, you have to indicate your name or I'll just follow the client name because this is for demo process. You can also indicate a password, or you just next directly it will proceed to log in directly without entering the password when it comes to logging in your account. I just indicate the password. I'll just have to indicate, and then you have to secure this portion is the security question, which means that in case that you have to forget password, then you need to indicate. I'll just select whatsoever question is that. adjusting there. And then just a moment,